Iran's new president has held his first news conference since taking office. Speaking in Tehran, Israel's war on Gaza was among the many questions that he was asked. Masoud Pezeshkian said retaliation for the assassination of Hamas's political leader, Ismail Haniyeh, is still on the cards.
Israel has assassinated Ismail Haniyeh. They wish to have tension growing in the region. They wish to destabilise the region. We maintained self-restraint, yet we have reserved our right to respond. We will respond to the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh. However, we are pursuing every possible path conducing to ending the war on Gaza.
Abbas Aslani is a senior research fellow at the Center for Middle East Strategic Studies. He joins us from Tehran. Abbas, it's good to have you on the program. Look, there were several topics, in fact, many topics that the Iranian president broached, including the one we just mentioned, the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran a month and a half ago. What stood out to you? If there was one thing that you had to pick out from that hours-long press conference, what's the main thing for you?
As you said, this was the first press conference when it was lengthy and there were lots of questions. Foreign policy issues were among those highlighted ones, including the tensions with the West, and there were some questions on them. And he seemed to somehow highlighting those let's say, issues and trying to interact with European countries. And he didn't even rule out any interaction or engagement with the United States on the nuclear deal or on the Ukraine conflict and Iran and Russia's cooperation. And the regional issues, including the cooperation with, some Arab countries and Muslim countries, as well as the what is happening in Gaza was also among those issues. And the current Iranian president and government
if I can jump in, if I can jump in, you're an expert on Iran. My question is, when you watched this, it lasted for hours. What stood out to you? Is there a moment where you thought, "Oh, this is different"?
There are difficult questions to address in terms of foreign policy as well as those domestic related issues. And I think he tried to somehow, to indicate that his government is trying to address some issues internally, like the internet freedom, as well as foreign policy related issues in terms of lifting the sanctions, meaning resolving the nuclear related issues under the JCPOA, as well as trying to remove some obstacles for the improvement of the relations between Iran and Western countries, including those European ones, as well as trying to reach out to regional countries in order to improve those relations. That would be difficult to pick just one, specific topic. I think there were several who stood to be very significant.
What did you think of what he said about claims that Iran had provided a hypersonic missile to Yemen's Houthis? Just as a reminder, before we play his soundbite, remember that the Houthis just yesterday launched a missile that landed in central Israel, and they said it was a hypersonic missile. Listen to this.
We have missile capabilities, but providing missiles to other countries, no. Providing rockets to the Yemenis, no. We have relations with them, yes, that's true. We have common vision, yes, that's true, but we do not provide missiles to them.
So Iran is widely believed to be arming the Houthis, yet on this particular issue, the president wanted to distance himself from this claim that they'd given hypersonic missiles.
The repercussions, specifically those geopolitical repercussions of what Yemenis did yesterday or have been doing recently, goes beyond what is happening in Gaza and the Palestinian conflict. Because, in future, Yemenis could be an important player in the region. And that's why the other parties have been, blaming Iran for this, for providing missiles to the Yemenis. But let's not forget that the Yemenis themselves, they have been playing a significant role in, acting against Israel. And that's why, these questions have been asked. But Iran does not to be, intending to say that they have provided those missiles because there could be repercussions, and part of those, capability has been due to the Yemenis themselves, and they have been working all this way, and they have had the courage to use them. But it's not a surprise that Iran's president is not claiming responsibility for this.
Okay, Abbas Aslani, Senior Research Fellow at the Center for Middle East Strategic Studies. Thank you so much.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.